So yeah, man.
Cool.
This is really probably gonna change my life, like on a massive scale.
Might check in like 3-6 months.
Yeah.
You've got like a rotation and stuff going. The transformation, this is the real test.
That's
right?
it. That's it.
What are you gonna do for the next 3-6 months?
I mean, so many people go to the seminar weekend or the boot camp, and they're pumped afterwards, and they're on a high, and they're so good. But it's long term, and I've actually been looking for long term coaching for a while from other people, and they haven't been able to produce it. Like some people here on the Gold Coast, they just haven't really been able to produce it long term.
Because they're all fucking newbies.
Whereas Dave can.
All of them.
You really need this as a long term thing. You can't just go and get a spike from a weekend and then go back into your life, because your life starts to try and conform you back to what you were. You need to keep pushing forward and keeping yourself in check. And a lot of times we had conversations where I was like, you know what, I could not learn this from a guy in his 20s. I could only learn a lot of the things you're telling me from a guy who's a lot older. And particularly, like, there's a lot of other coaches overseas in America or Canada, and like they're all like really good people and everything. But the Australian culture, wouldn't you say, is a little bit different?
Yeah, to some extent. I'd say women are pretty much the same across the board, mostly.
Okay, that's still my that's still my preconceived
there's different cultures,
concept.
obviously, but yeah, you know, we picked up a girl from like in Afghanistan.
Yeah,
and that's a different culture.
Yeah, true.
And then just like pull.
I just had these preconceived ideas
like that's like probably like one of the cultures that you probably think we couldn't do. You saw it with your own eyes.
Yeah.
So let's just pick out the hardest culture and just make it happen. It's a proper game. Fucking works.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Well, I mean, yeah, just my journey. Like I've really been pulling my hair out, like quite literally, over girls for most of my life, and I really didn't know what I was doing growing up. A lot of fear, and it's been a real journey. And along that journey, I just didn't get the results to show me the right path that I should have been taking. Like I didn't really get much feedback to make me take the corrective action to put me on the right path, but Dave has put me on the right path now. 1.5 years of doing this Daygame stuff, mostly by myself. And spending a week with Dave now, he really took everything that I was doing, turned it on its head, gave me something that works for me, in my case, to push forward and get results over the long term as well. Because this is a lifestyle, this is a one man's life mission over just a... Don't laugh, man.
It is a lifestyle.
No, don't laugh at your channel name, bro. Come on. But it is...
It's like an advertisement for the channel.
It is a lifestyle, you know. Fitness is a lifestyle. You can't just be like, oh, like I'm going to get fit over 6 weeks and then I'm going to look good and everything's going to be good. No, you've got to integrate it into your life.
Yeah.
Start making micro adjustment, healthy changes in your lifestyle day by day. And the same thing with this, like, you know, we're moving through areas where there's a higher chance to meet girls and have those conversations. I don't have to take an hour out of my day to freaking try and do game.
That was like one of the first things. I was like, stop meeting up with wings. This is a lifestyle, you know.
Yeah, no, really turn it on its head, man. There's definitely been a lot of times where I just didn't know what I was doing, particularly with night game. Like that was a really red flag for me. That like my night game was just so off that I'd never taken a girl home from a bar or a club or whatever, that it really kind of showed me that there was something like definitely wrong in what I was doing. Definitely wrong in my understanding of the dynamics of like male to female. It's way too much of a nice guy, way too much like, oh, they're so innocent, like, no, I won't do this. I really understand how you can just lead with compliance now. And if it's too much any time, it's fine. You just pull back. You just hang out, cuddle, talk.
It was hard for you for 3, almost 4 days.
Yeah.
So it was like hardcore training.
Yep. There's a lot of stuff, like preconceived stuff that you had to drill out of my head. Rapport building.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys in the pickup community, they just take on all this like weird advice that doesn't make any sense. It's like hard to get it out of them. So that was really the biggest chunk of the time that we're here, was getting rid of that, and then the ball started to roll. I think we had one like kind of complete sort of approach on day 4. Then the ball started rolling from then.
Yeah.
Started to see some progress.
I mean, just in that, just like in the way that I was doing my stupid rapport building, you were telling me that I was very robotic in what I was saying, and it wasn't getting to the point of like, what are you doing today?
Canned lines.
Let's go for a drink. Yeah, canned lines. And it really takes like, you know, like a coach or a true friend to tell you when you're fucking up, essentially, with your charisma or the way that you speak. A lot of people are just going to be too nice to tell you that. So I really do value like honest, constructive criticism, and that's what this week was about.
Leading, getting compliance and leading, that was another issue that you had, and so I had one girl that was like kind of a regular of mine come over, you know, so we hung out with her, and you could see how I just like led and ran the show, you know.
Yep.
And then obviously off the cold approach, it was hard to get into your reality that you can start leading instant date and actually pull home off the cold approach. So I demonstrated that with a girl from Afghanistan. That's a hard flag.
Yeah. It's good.
So it was like off the cold approach. I mean, it wasn't just like me out there picking up girls. Like, that's not what I was doing. It was like,
yeah, you were demonstrating.
Yeah, it was like I wasn't doing any approaches.
And I was watching you, and I very much learned from that. Yeah.
So that was off the cold approach. Pulled her out to dinner with us and another friend, and then after that, taking her out to a bar, and then going back to her hotel, and then next morning we all were in the spa together. Like breaking that reality, because guys think that you need to have 20 dates to nowhere, and hopefully you start, you know, seeing the girl seriously. Yeah,
and I understand now that like sex is the best way to lock them in as someone that you're seeing. It's not doing these, you know, massive long 3-date, 4-date exhibition conquests. Like
what do we do? Like your idea was motorbike riding on this date during the week?
I have a preconceived idea that girls like crazy adventures in the outdoors.
But instead, what did we do with her?
We took her we made sure she was comfortable.
Well, what did we do? Like, where did she go? Did you take her bike riding, or what did you do?
She came over.
She came straight here.
We cooked dinner.
Straight here.
Watched the movie.
Straight here, dinner, movie, sex.
Yep.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Now she's locked in. Well, it seems like she's locked in.
Yep.
And then we ran through the same process. So, yeah, we can simplify things and make it supercharge it pretty much. You know, instead of having like 20 dates to nowhere and waste your time, and somewhat waste her time too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was previously doing. I was taking girls like into these like extreme places where, they were keen to like hang out with me, but you know, they weren't comfortable, and it wasn't next to my bedroom at the end of the day.
So what's the important thing? Almost just across the board. What's the important thing? Logistics.
Yeah, logistics. Yeah.
It's like logistics.
I thought you were going to say moving the date closer to your bedroom.
And that's logistics too.
Yeah.
Compliance and just leading home.
Compliance, leading, bouncing back to where your bedroom is. Yeah.
And then after that, we had a date where we had the date yesterday. So that was, you know, pick her up, bounce one location closer to your place, juice, quick look at the beach, pick up food, go home.
Yeah.
And it was smooth, you know. So you can definitely do that from now on.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like what was it? She didn't want to kiss me out in public or anything or whatever. She was kind of like a little bit cold. You know, we're just touching and everything, and then we were watching a movie, and then I said, just come to my room for a second. We got up, went to my room. I immediately just went into kissing her straight away as soon as she was in my room. It was almost subconscious in her mind. Yeah, there was...
Kind of before that, it seemed like you thought you needed to take them on long dates and get to know them for a long time.
Yeah, I need to like plan the first kiss at the perfect right moment or whatever. No. Yeah, like the faster you move it forward, for me at least, for my case, yeah, the faster you move it forward, the faster you have a girl that's doing everything with you. Yeah, and it's with you.
And you lock them in, and we're gonna, you know, have another date with that girl. We've got another date at lunchtime today that we'll try and pull, run through the process and pull directly home as well.
Yeah.
That's another one we got to do today. That will be like literally just super, you know.
Same idea.
Supercharge the hell out of it.
Bounce as quickly back to my place, cook some lunch. Yeah.
And then, you know, like, again, you know, if you're not winning, you're losing.
Yeah.
Simple. That's why you're having all these troubles. That's why you've been, like, not happy with your dating life. It's like just waffling around, letting them run the show. Yeah. And now your goal is to go for what you want. Make sure you know, take it.
Yep.
2 hands.
That structure's individual to me.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And this date strategy too.
Yeah. It is interesting, like, seeing different people and different strategies you use with those people. It's very interesting. Yeah.
But yeah, I remember you saying that you're watching my YouTube videos and you didn't get this type of... You didn't fully understand that this was what it was, you know?
Yeah, I didn't fully understand. I had preconceived...
But now you do.
Yeah.
It's like, it's hard for them, you know, they have to just do the coaching. It's pretty much it.
I had preconceived ideas that, you know, of stalking and stuff like that.
Yeah, you thought that, like, spotting a girl from like 20 meters away and then figuring out the best way to smoothly and covertly get into an approach was stalking.
Yeah.
He didn't have the 3-second rule, he had the 5-second rule, which is like, as soon as you see a girl, you must go for it.
Yeah.
Or it's stalking, and the front stops. And the front stops were part of that. Like, if a girl walks by, he wanted to stop them right there and just have everybody look at him as if, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, outrageously.
Yeah, the pressure. Yeah, I really got to take the pressure off the girl.
Instead, just let her go by, turn around, figure out a smooth way to get into a conversation, and we drilled that for days, you know?
It really is amazing how that social pressure of, like, opening with, I like you, I wanted to get to know you, came and spoke to you.
Yeah.
Like, just that social pressure of that canned line where you're showing intent.
And stopping them too.
Yeah, and stopping them.
Imagine a girl, imagine you're like in a gay street and a guy like stopped you in the front like that. So that's something, oh shit. It's like, I had to talk to you because I think I was like, fuck, get the fuck away from me, you weirdo. Like, think about it. It's like empathy for what they have to deal with.
Yeah.
But if the gay guy comes over all smooth.
And yeah, just onlookers, like those stunt approaches that people do for stunts to, like, show that they're not afraid of approach anxiety or whatever. The amount of pressure that you're putting on the girl, and the girl is socially, she needs to survive in social situations since like 5000 BC. Girls are very socially adapted, and if there's a pressure on them from everyone looking at them, and even the guy and that interaction, it's just too much.
So she gives you a flaky number to tell you to fuck off.
Yeah.
You go away and you wonder why you get a flaky number. It's like, well, duh, dummy. You're acting like a dick in the streets.
Yeah. Some of the approaches I did, I don't even remember. Like, I remember, like, we did days, and I didn't even really have a number of the amount of approaches we did during the day, because they were just so subtle. That they were so subtle that it just felt like I was just going about my life.
Yeah.
More or less.
So, yeah, like, early on you were, like, doing some outrageous things.
And the girls will probably feel the same. The girls probably, like, the girls that I didn't end up pulling through and seeing again, or whatever.
Well, look at what's happened.
They've probably forgotten about me by now. Which is good, in a way, because it kind of keeps that from everyone else.
That's the thing. Like, you got these lunatics running around teaching social freedom and shit, and they're, like, jumping in the street and laying in the ground and saying hello and running around giving compliments. Like, what?
Yeah.
But you started to hit, get some momentum the last couple of days where, so we had a date at lunchtime, and before lunchtime it's like, okay, we need a date for dinner. So, we're spotting girls, covertly getting in there, running proper indirect game. What happened? You lined up a date for dinner. So it's like, when you started to build that momentum, like, you just see it. You can see it all starting to click.
And you really see the body language that you're saying as well. Like, you see the girl that's just dawdling around doing whatever, not really on a mission to get anywhere. Pretty much looking for a guy to come into her life, possibly.
Oh yeah, looking for girls that they've got nothing on right now, so they're more likely to be open to a conversation, and also smoothly getting in there. You've also got that other girl that she was dawdling, walking around the mall. It was her birthday. That one's on the hook too. Like, a lot of the leads before were just really flaky, now they're starting to be a little bit more smooth. Also,
churn and burn.
So your biggest problem isn't more, a lot of the guys out there, they think that, okay, I'm not having success, more approaches. It's like, you're just a nuisance to society. Less approaches, better approaches.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, it was like, we need a date for dinner. We need a girl for dinner. Second approach, dinner's sorted. The first one was smooth. No one even saw that happen. She just kept going. Eject. Next one, boom, dinner's lined up. Instead of just, you can imagine those guys with zero fucking game just spamming the shit out of the mall, like giving compliments, looking for yes girls. Yep. And then it's like, you're just a nuisance to society. You can see why game gets a bad rap. Oh, and at the end, before you get the number,
make sure the number's solid.
Make sure it's fucking solid.
Like,
don't get flaky numbers.
Are you sure you want to give me your number? Like, if we don't want to do something, like, let's not exchange numbers. If you don't want to hear from me, like, it's okay. Like, I won't take your number. Are you sure?
And only approach girls that you're, like, attracted to as well.
Yes.
Don't be getting numbers of girls that you're not attracted to. What a waste of time. There's no such thing as a warm-up set. What a stupid fucking way. Guys are like, this is a warm-up set. No. Every set's on. Every approach is on.
And when it's as casual and indirect as we've made it, yeah, it is like every set's on.
Yeah, I remember. What was it yesterday? You're like, oh, this is this is real simple. It's like, well, do you remember the first 2 days? The first 3 days, it was not simple at all. It was like, what the hell?
The first day you just let me loose and you just wanted to see what I was doing, eh?
Well, the first half of the day, I wanted to see what's going on, and then it was like, day 2, it was almost like mental exhaustion. Remember you were mentally exhausted, like you were just totally wrecked. And it wasn't a fitness thing, it was just mental exhaustion. It was like day 3, and then around day 4 it started to click, and now you're like, it's easy. I'm like, dude, do you remember like the first 3 days? It was not fucking easy.
Yeah.
We did like 12, 14-hour days of just like until you broke.
Yeah.
No,
and like the text game, like
so important.
There was that that cougar where I fell into her frame. She was like shit testing me, saying like, you know, I don't share my Netflix and blanket with anyone. And I said back stupidly, oh no, I'm just coming over for the dog, haha. Like, how stupid is that?
So she kind of negged you, and you just fell into the trap. She trapped you because they're more socially aware than us.
Yeah, it's fitting or fuck off at the end of the day.
So then you go, oh, okay, well I'll find a girl that wants to share a Netflix and blankie with me then. And then I bet you straight away she would have went, oh, it's okay, I've got my Netflix code, you can have it if you like. You know, it's like, call a bluff. You know, we're here to win, right? Yeah. We're not here to be like pushed around, and that's the game. That's why most of these guys are fucking up society.
Yeah, and just a lot of the wishy-washy stuff, all the like it's almost like rapport building and stuff in text messages. No, just get to the point. Get to the date. You're lining up to see them in person.
Because you've got logistics too. Yeah. So like the main problem with a lot of the text messages that I was seeing before was the cold approach wasn't on point. You know, you couldn't get anywhere because you didn't have logistics.
If you're wasting time texting a girl and saying, "What's your schedule like?"
Your cold approach is fucked.
Yeah, that should have been sorted out in person.
Yeah.
Because then it's just stupid doing it over text, doing something like that.
Yeah, like you're seeing it now, like the girl today. It's like there's no like big blocks of text, and we're talking about all these other topics. It's the cold approach sorted all of that out, and then boom, the text message is just to facilitate a date, and then boom, on the date we're trying to pull straight home. Yeah. Churn and burn ones that fit in. Then make sure you only approach girls that you're attracted to. Boom, next thing you know, you got like a rotation and you're winning in life instead of fucking getting your ass kicked all day. Yeah.
I'm going to be very interested to see where this takes me over the next couple of months.
I would do like a 3 or whatever month or 6 months check in to see where you're at. That'll be interesting. You know. Definitely. And obviously, if there's some fuck ups, like I'll speak to you and like we'll have a chat about it. I'm like, what the fuck did you do there? I'll be able to kick your ass from Sydney. I mean, what was this? What the fuck was this? Yeah, the same as me here. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, you took a freaking kite surfing. Like, what the fuck, man?
Took a fucking bike riding on. Oh god.
Took her on a motorbike up a hill. Like what the hell, bro?
It's taking to your bedroom. What the fuck is going on here?